Hi and welcome everyone. Okay, so in today's lesson, I want to review the assignment you had for homework in your Max book page 4 and 5. So we will be talking about family, and I will be reading a conversation between a mother and her daughter, and I will be answering the questions following the dialogue. So, and also I want to talk about something called idioms, and I will explain to you later and give you some examples on them. So let's begin. Okay, so here we have in Unit 1 in our Max book pages 4 and 5. Like I said, we're going to be talking about family. So here you have 6 questions, and these are your own personal questions. يعني أسئلة يعني خاصة فيكم أنتوا. And you can answer them and write them down in full sentences in your notebook. So let's look at this. Let's look at the questions. One says, which family picture looks similar to yours? يعني أي واحدة من هاي الصور بتشبه عائلتك أو عائلتك. 2. Which picture appeals to you most and why? يعني أي صورة بتجذبك أكتر إشي من هدول الصور وليش؟ 3. Do you have a generation gap at home? يعني في عندك فرق بين الأعمار في البيت، يعني بينك وبين أختك، بينك أو بين أخوك في فرق كبير أو ما في فرق. 4 says, where does your family often spend the weekends? يعني on the weekend يوم الجمعة والسبت وين عائلتك بتحب تروح؟ وين بتروحوا بتقضوا الويكند؟ 5 says, do you have a big or small family? يعني عندك عائلة كبيرة أو صغيرة? And how many brothers and sisters do you have? وكم من أخت وأخ عندك? So all these questions you would answer them in a full sentence. You would say, my family consists of 5 people. Mother, father, I have 2 brothers and myself. Okay, so that's 5. That's how you would put it in a sentence. 6 says, who do you think is luckier? A child who lives in a big family or one who lives in a small family, and why? يعني برأيك مين اللي عنده حظ أكتر؟ شخص ما عنده عيلة كبيرة أو شخص عنده عيلة كبيرة وليش؟ So please answer these in full sentences, and this is your personal opinions. يعني هذا رأيك الشخصي، رأيك الخاص فيكي. So ما في أجوبة خطأ هون. Okay, next we have page 5. I'm going to read the dialogue between Clara and her mother. Okay, so it says, what kind of problems do you usually have at home? I'll give you a piece of my mind. This is the title of this حوار بين Clara and her mom. What does I'll give you a piece of my mind mean? A piece of my mind is an idiom. And an idiom is, idiom exists in every language. They are words or phrases that aren't meant to be taken literally. يعني ما بنقدر ناخد كل الكلمات اللي في هاي الجملة ونطبقها ونحكي يعني I'll give you a piece of my mind يعني رح أعطيك شقفة من عقلي. لا, this is the idiom. يعني هاي saying يعني زي مثال بالعربي. So they are words for phrases that aren't meant to be taken literally. For example, يعني if you say someone has cold feet, إذا بحكي أنا someone has cold feet, it doesn't mean إنه الtoes تبعونهم are actually cold, but it means that they are nervous about something. So this is another kind of idiom. Also, idioms can't be deduced merely by studying the words in the phrases. Like I said, ما الإديوم ما نترجمه كلمة بكلمة ومنحطه بجملة ناخد المعنى as it is. But you would think that and after you live with a certain group of people for a long time, you will start to pick up their expressions. Some idiom examples in the American everyday language are call it a night, for example. If I say let's call it a night, I'm meaning يعني أنا بقصد إنه I'm going to bed. I'm tired and I'm going to bed. Or if I say cut me some slack, يعني إنه ما cut me some slack يعني إذا بدنا ناخد معنى كلمة بكلمة يعني خليني أقص بلوزتي، بس مش أنا ما بمعني إنه خليني أروح أقص بلوزتي، لا أنا بمعني إنه don't be so hard on me، يعني ما تكون هالقد معصب علي أو شديد علي، يعني cut me some slack يعني don't be so hard on me. Or another one is cut any corners. Don't cut any corners. يوم أحكي لكم don't cut any corners ما عم بحكي إنه ما تقصوا الجوانب، لا أنا بمعني إنه don't take any shortcuts and produce يعني shabby work، يعني ما تفشقي وتعطيني work مشلفة when I say don't cut any corners. Okay, so those are a little, a few examples of what idioms are, and I will give you more at the end of this. So now let's begin, but I wanted to introduce what an idiom is so that you understand the title of this dialogue between Clara and her mother. So now let's begin. Clara is very angry with her brother, Tim, because of a recent argument. Clara's mother tries to find out what the problem is. So mother is saying, Clara, what happened? You and Tim weren't speaking very nicely. Why are you angry at each other? Clara said, it's all his fault. He can be really rude sometimes. Mother said, what's he done? Clara said, I just asked him for some help with my math homework and he treated me like I was stupid. That really made me blow my top. This is another idiom and I will explain to you what that means in a little bit. Mother said, oh, I see, Clara. Why are you having problems with math? You're usually very good at it. Clara said, but I don't know exactly. I'm finding it difficult to get my head around this new topic. Mother said, okay, so what happened next? Clara said, Mom, it was like he was turning up his nose at me, so I called him a big snob. What does big snob mean? يعني إنه هو شايف حاله كتير. Then we had an argument. I really gave him a piece of my mind. Like I said, the title is I'll give him a piece of my mind. يعني إنه أنا رح أحكي له يعني إيش في بالي ويزعل أو ما يزعل. I don't know what happened to Tim. He wasn't like this before he became a grade A student. يعني كلير عم تحكي أنا ما بعرف شو صار لأخوي، هو ما كان هيك قبل ما صار الأول على الصف. I'm sure he asked for help when he was my age. I'm sure he asked for help with his homework when he was my age. Mother said, well, Clara, I think you should just forget about it. Tim might have been trying to concentrate on something when you popped into his room and maybe he felt slightly annoyed. I think you just got the wrong end of the stick. So Clara's mom عم تحكي لها انسي الموضوع. Maybe Tim كان عم بيركز على إشي وانتي دخلتي عليه فجأة بالغرفة وزعلتي، فعشان هيك هو حكى معك بطريقة هاي. So ما تفكري كتير في الموضوع وخلص انسي عن إيش صار. Clara said, maybe you're right, Mom, but I still feel too angry to forgive and forget right now. So Clara عم تحكي لأمها, okay, maybe كلامك صح، بس إنه أنا هلا كتير زعلانة وما بقدر أسامحه وأنسى الموضوع. Mother said, okay, maybe it's better to wait until you're a bit calmer before you speak to Tim. So مام تبعت كلارا بتحكي لها إنه أنا برأيي إنه تهدي شوي قبل ما تحكي معاه أحسن هيك. In the meantime, I'll have a word with Tim about helping you with your homework. After all, family is all about being there for one another. So المام تبعت كلارا عم تحكي لها أنا رح أحكي مع تيم عن إنه ليش ما أساعدك بالواجب تبعك أول الأخير العائلة بتضلها مع بعض وكلنا نساعد بعض. So هذا الحوار بين Clara and her mom. Now let's answer the questions. Let's see what we have here. Question 1 says, who is older, Clara or Tim, and how do you know? Okay, so here I have underlined, I'm sure he asked for help with his homework when he was my age. So Clara عم تحكي أنا متأكدة إنه هو طلب منكم مساعدة بالواجبات يوم ما كان بعمري. So هذا بدل إنه هو أكبر منها وهو يوم ما كان قدها كان يسأل أهله مساعدة بالواجبات. So عشان هيك نعرف إنه that sentence is the answer to question 1. Question 2 says, why do you think Tim refused to help his sister? ليش نفكر إنه تيم ما قبل يساعد كلارا بالواجب تبعها؟ We have here, Tim might have been trying to concentrate on something when she popped into his room. بعتقد إنه تيم كان عم بيركز على واجب أو إشي كان عم بيسوي وما كان بده حدا يزعجه وكلارا دخلت على غرفته فجأة فزعل وتضايق وبطل بده يساعدها. Question 3. What did Clara's mother advise her to do? يعني Clara's mom شو نصحتها تعمل? We have here, she advised Clara to wait until she was a bit calmer to speak to Tim again. يعني مام كلارا نصحتها إنه قبل ما تحكي مع تيم تهدى شوي قبل ما تحكي معه. 4. What would you do if you were Clara, her mother, or Tim? If I was Clara's mother, I would do the same as what the mom did. I would find out what happened. I would hear from Clara and from Tim, and I would try to solve the problem in a fast and easy way so that there are no problems between the siblings. So that's what I would do if I was Clara's mom. And question 5 says, I'll give him a piece of my mind. This is an idiom expresses Clara's anger. Find another 2 idioms in the conversation expressing anger. So like I said, I'll give him a piece of my mind. هي واحدة from an idiom. So هم بدهم إيانا نلاقي 2 more idioms in the conversation, and we have that really made me blow my top. إيش يعني that really made me blow my top؟ مش إنه زي ما حكيت ما رح ناخد كلمة بكلمتها بس إنه it's an expression. That really made me blow my top يعني الموضوع خلى عقلي يطير هيك قصدها. Okay, and then the second one, I really gave him a piece of my mind. حكيت لكم إيش يعني إنه هي أعطته ما أعطته عن جد شقفة من عقلها بس أعطته شو هي حست وشو كانت عم بتفكر فحكت له كل إشي بقلبها. Okay, so this was the conversation between Clara and her mother about Clara's argument with her older brother and why he didn't help her with the homework. So this conversation brings us to talk about idioms. What are idioms? Like I said, idioms are, they're examples that demonstrate how you can't really, they demonstrate expressions and we cannot take it word for word. So here are some idioms that I have for you. Barrel of laugh. What does barrel of laugh means? Someone who is really funny. Old as the hills. When you say he's old as the hills, يعني احنا عم نمعني انه he is very old. هو كتير كبير او هو عجوز. In the dog house. When we say you're in the dog house, we are meaning to have someone unhappy with you. يعني في شخص هو مش مبسوط معنا. Up for grabs. When we say up for grabs, if I say okay, up for grabs, يعني this is available to anyone. يعني إذا أي حدا بده. مثلا if I have إذا معي lollipops مصاصات and I say up for grabs, يعني أنا عم بمعني إنه اللي بحب يجي يأخذ. Split hairs means argue or worry about small details. Round the bend means crazy, insane, يعني حدا مجنون. See eye to eye. When I say, oh, I see eye to eye with her, that means that I agree with her. When I say, go break a leg, I'm يعني عم بحكي لك good luck, يعني بالتوفيق. Ball is in your court, يعني it is up to you to make the next decision or step. Okay? Barking up the wrong tree. يعني when I say you're barking up the wrong tree, يعني you're looking in the wrong place. يعني إذا أنا بحكي لك please أعطيني البندورة من الثلاجة وأنتي رحتي على الحمام. بحكي لك you're barking up the wrong tree. يعني أنتي عم تدوري مكان خطأ. Be glad to see the back of. Yeah, when I say this, يعني أنا عم بمعني إنه أنا انبسطت إنه حدا راح. Against the clock means rushed and short on time. So when I say we are against the clock, يعني إحنا ما معنا وقت ولازم بسرعة speed up, يعني نسرع أسرع. When I say don't judge a book by its cover, I mean يعني don't judge something by its appearance. يعني ما لازم نحكم على إشي من شكله أو من منظره. When I say thanks to, I mean due to. When I say the ball is in your court, again, I mean, it's up to you to make the decision. Here also we have get along with. When I say you must get along with her, I mean, have a good relationship with her. Don't be rude. When I say kick the bucket, I'm meaning just go die. يعني روحي موتي من غير شر. When I say he's such an oddball, I mean that he's weird or strange. When I say hang in there, and when I say please hang in there, I'm meaning don't give up. When I say pull yourself together, when I see someone crying and I say please pull yourself together, أنا بمعني إنه اهدي, calm down. When I say so far so good, that means that things are going well so far. When I say down to earth, I mean إنه حدا كتير منطقي. When I say curiosity killed the cat, يعني إنه being يعني إذا بدك تكوني كتير فضولة بأوقات بيحطك في مشاكل. When I say joined at the hip, when I say those two are joined at the hip, يعني هم كتير قراب من بعض, يعني بيسووا كل إشي مع بعض. When I say elbow grease, that means hard physical effort. Here we have come rain or shine, يعني whatever happens اللي يصير يصير. When I say come rain or shine, يعني whatever happens اللي بده يصير يصير. When I say on cloud nine, oh, I'm on cloud 9. That means that I am so happy. I am floating, flying, Mandy Ham. Yani, that's what it means. Brainstorm, I use this a lot. When I say let's brainstorm, I am meaning to, to get ideas, to gather ideas quickly together. When I say you're stealing my thunder. That means that, you're making people pay attention to you when they're supposed to be paying attention to me. يعني مثلا I'm singing وبتيجي انتي تغني قدامي when it's my turn, so عم تاخد my turn, so that means stealing my thunder. And there's a few more. Go ahead and look at them. Here's some more idioms about knowledge. When I say two heads are better than one, that means راسين أحسن من راس، يعني تفكيرين أحسن من تفكير واحد. When I say pick his brain، مش قصدي إنه روحي ونقبي مخه، لا، يعني إنه يعني pick his brain، يعني you know everything، يعني حدا بيعرف كل إشي. As far as anyone knows means that this is the last of the great، يعني هذا كلنا بنعرفه. So these are some more idioms. You can write them down in your notebook, study them. They're good to know. And usually people in America, they say a lot of idioms. In Canada, Australia. So every country has their own idioms. Even Jordan has their own idiom. Palestine has their own. Egypt has their own. So idioms are international. They're sayings from all over the world. And that's it for today's lesson. I hope you got a better understanding about the conversation and what are idioms. Have a great day.